Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Yankee Stadium.
They win the final game 5-2 to remain the baseball champions of the world. The Yankees, with this 9-0 crusher, have won their 17th World Series. The Yankees again are world champions. The Yankees win their 21st World Series.
The Yankees are champions of baseball. Ball game over. World Series over. Yankees win. The Yankees win. The Yankees are back on top. World champions for the 27th time.
What is going on, Yankee fans? It is episode 60 of the Chase for 28 podcast. The sun is shining and the Yankees are in Tampa. Baseball is back. Doing this episode solo today because it's the beginning of spring training, and that's important as we're going to talk baseball all season long here on the Chase for 28 podcast. And as I record this episode on Sunday, February 26th, hopefully the final episode that is created in 2023 is live from a parade in the Canyon of Heroes. Hope springs eternal here in spring, and I'm glad that you are here and along for the ride. If this is your first time listening, welcome. If you are a returning listener, welcome back. And I'd appreciate it if you showed the podcast a little love and shared it around with other Yankee fans. And I'll remind you of some ways that you can get involved with the show towards the end of the episode. And this is actually going to be the first of 2 episodes that I'm releasing here on Sunday, February 26, 2023. This episode, I want to give you some quick news and notes. I'm calling this episode the Spring Roundup for weeks 1 and 2 of spring training. And the next episode that comes into your feed is going to be all about spring training game number 1. And we'll set you up for the coming week and a little bit more as we get ready for the 2023 Major League Baseball season. And of course, we are all Yankees all the time. So let's get into some notes here. A little bit of chatter. Hey, batter. Derek Jeter. Remember him? Yeah. Hall of Famer Derek Jeter is going to be joining Major League Baseball's Fox Sports team for the 2023 season. The announcement was made during Fox's coverage prior to Super Bowl 57. Where Jeter was reunited with former teammate Alex Rodriguez and his friend Michael Strahan. Jeter explained on the broadcast that he is joining the Fox team because former rival David Ortiz kept showing him his World Series ring, and he wanted to humble him. Derek Jeter, during his 20 Major League Baseball seasons, was a 14-time All-Star and won 5 World Series championships, and we will get to watch him in some capacity this summer on Fox's Major League Baseball coverage. Moving forward, the Yankees have reassigned Brett Gardner's locker for spring training in Tampa. After the outfielder went unsigned in 2022, the back right corner spot previously held by Gardner has been given to Aaron Hicks, who is hoping to secure the starting left field job after, let's be honest, a very disappointing 2022 season. Gardner played for the Yankees for 14 years, and his worst ever season back in 2021, he batted .222 in 140 games. The back left corner previously was used by Aroldis Chapman, now with the Kansas City Royals, has been given to Severino. The Yankees could be interested in trading for starting pitcher Spencer Turnbull of the Detroit Tigers, according to an opinion piece from Pinstripe Alley. The Yankees are reportedly in need of pitching depth, and Turnbull, who has 2 seasons of team control remaining, is currently rehabbing from Tommy John surgery. Turnbull has a career ERA of 4.25 and a FIP of 3.63. The Yankees may be able to offer some of their strong position players in exchange for Turnbull, who could provide usable depth and has the potential to be more than that. The Yankees opened camp on February 15th, 2023, with manager Aaron Boone praising the strength of the starting rotation. That being said, Frankie Montas will miss the start of the season, and a little bit more than that because he is having shoulder surgery. And Boone believes that the team does have enough depth to cover for the setback. Boone also highlighted the strength of the competition for the shortstop position with IKF, Oswald Peraza, and Anthony Volpe, along with Oswaldo Cabrera being in the mix. Aaron Hicks and Cabrera will be battling out for the left field spot, and Boone is expecting DJ LeMahieu to return to form. New York Yankee pitcher Nestor Cortes may be cleared to throw off the mound soon, despite previously estimating that it would be 2 weeks before receiving medical clearance. The left-hander has a grade 2 hamstring strain, which caused him to withdraw from pitching for Team USA in next month's World Baseball Classic. The 20-year-old Cortes was 12-4 with a 2.44 ERA in 28 starts last season, his first full season of being a starting pitcher in the majors. If he returns soon, he is expected to be part of the Yankees rotation that is regarded to be one of the best in the major leagues. 2 notes from SNY's Andy Martino. The Yankees could be looking to trade Gleyber Torres to address the left field spot, as well as free up space in the lineup and on the field for their top prospect Anthony Volpe. This comes as no surprise as the Yankees aim to avoid the luxury tax and sign a new left fielder to replace Andrew Benintendi. Moving Torres would enable the team to free up space at second base and open up the possibility for Volpe to enter the big leagues. Also, according to Andy Martino, the Yankees are unlikely to trade for a starting pitcher to replace Montas, who is going to be out due to that shoulder surgery. The team is reportedly planning to rely on internal options such as Domingo Germán and Clark Schmidt. Montas is going to be out until late May, probably later. Again, the 29-year-old has a torn labrum that is going to be cleaned up by a simple procedure, and his rotator cuff did not need to be repaired. The team acquired Montas from Oakland back in August of 2022, and he proceeded to go 1-3 with a 6.35 ERA in 8 starts with the Yankees last season. He did not pitch after September 16th due to inflammation in his pitching shoulder. Going back to DJ LeMahieu. LeMahieu has reported to spring training fully recovered after opting against surgery for a foot fracture he sustained during 2022. The injury led to LeMahieu missing the postseason for a second consecutive year, but LeMahieu said he feels 100% and is training without limitations. He also spoke about needing to make adjustments to take care of his body as he gets older and expressed excitement about continuing in a utility role with the Yankees. Manager Aaron Boone said he was, quote, pretty encouraged about LeMahieu's progress. As the Yankees head into spring training, one position battle that has not been widely discussed is the fourth outfielder job. Assuming that either Peraza or Volpe wins the shortstop job, the Yankees currently have 13 position players who are all but sure bets for making the opening day roster. Recent developments, however, suggest that the answer might not be so simple, and the team may look beyond the roster of the Hicks-Cabrera battle. The team could forego the idea of having the traditional fourth outfielder and instead use a committee, or they could turn to former top prospect Estevan Florial, who is out of options. Or they do have a number of veteran outfielders signed to minor league deals. Injuries and players coming out of nowhere could also force the team to adjust the roster. Some news and notes around the Yankees. Longtime WFAN Yankee reporter Sweeney Murdy left WFAN, and he's been on the Yankee beat for over 20 years, and he has joined Major League Baseball in a multimedia role for its social media team. He's going to be developing some new podcasts and some other projects. Sweeney Murdy spent 3 decades at WFAN, where he began his tenure in 1993 as a producer and on-air anchor before moving into the role of Yankee beat reporter in 2001. Murdy did not travel and wasn't used in daily spots with the station in recent years, and instead of staying on in a part-time role with a spot on post-game shows, Murdy decided to move on. Now, the Yankees opened up their spring training schedule yesterday with a game against the Phillies, and I will talk more about that in the next episode of the show. It's going to be like episode 60, part 2, so stay tuned for that. What does the rest of the spring schedule look like coming up? Well, as I'm recording this, today they have a split squad game. They are going to be hosting the Atlanta Braves and sending some Yankees to travel to Dunedin to battle the Blue Jays. And as I'm recording this, I'm hoping that home game is going to be on Yes this afternoon. Hopefully you are too. It's always great when that first Yes Network jingle plays here in February. Tomorrow, the Yankees will be hosting Detroit, and on Tuesday, the last day of February, they will be traveling to battle the Rays in a spring matchup. That's going to do it for this little overview, and look forward to more of these highlight episodes coming to you during the spring as we get back into the swing of baseball. And if you've got opinions on the team, and I know you do, let us pick up the pace on you sending in your thoughts and feedback on the Yankees this season. So I want to hear from you, AJ wants to hear from you, and the podcast Padre wants to hear from you. So send us an email, feedback@chasefor28.com, and you can, of course, connect with the podcast on Twitter. We are at chasefor28pod. I want to thank you for listening to this episode of the Chase for 28, and coming at you very shortly is going to be an episode all about spring training, game number 1. In the meantime, tell a fellow Yankee fan about the podcast. Consider buying some merch. Head over to chasefor28.com/merch. And of course, thank you to SeatGeek, who provides support and sponsorship for the show. For all your ticket and event needs, head over to chasefor28.com/SeatGeek and use the promo code chasefor28 and get $20 off your first purchase, be it for spring training tickets or regular season tickets here in 2023. For the podcast Padre and AJ, I am Chris, and I will see you next time.